So you could say that I am an easily influenced human, which is great for me because I get to enjoy lots of products and services and items, and most importantly books that people on the internet recommend. But it's not so great for my bank balance, which is a side effect that, you know. However, I have caved, and the second that I moved to the US, I may or may not have subscribed to Book of the Month. So if you guys have been living under a rock, Book of the Month is basically a monthly book subscription service where you can pick from new unreleased titles and you get like a really cool special edition hardback, right? And there's usually people with codes offering like $9.99 for your first box, and then I think it's like $12.99 thereafter. I should know because I literally subscribe to this and I'm paying for it out of my own money, but I just got my first box. And I'm really excited. So I haven't opened it, I haven't done anything with it yet because I wanted to unbox it on camera with you guys, and then I actually wanted to read the first book with you guys and let you know kind of my first impressions of Book of the Month as a service, because if you, like me, are new to it, you haven't subscribed to it before, maybe you've seen it around the internet and really want to but wasn't sure if it was worth the money, I'm gonna help you guys out. I'm gonna trial it for a few months and see. So this is book one, box one, and then I believe I can actually pick my September pick tomorrow. So maybe we'll do that together as well because I'm quite intrigued to see what the September picks are going to be like. But this is my August box. So I was actually torn between two books for this box. I was torn between the one that I picked up and this other one called The Life of Mama Love, which I believe is a biography chronicling this woman's life and all of the different careers and things that she has done. The reason I was so drawn to that is because I actually call my mum Mama Love because our last name is Love. But I decided I wasn't in the mood for a memoir. I wanted something that I would actually read, which is why I went for what is in this box. So first impressions, my only like little gripe, which isn't Book of the Month's fault, is that my box has arrived kind of beaten up. I have undone the flap just because I wanted to be able to, you know, open it easily on camera without having to resort to scissors. But yeah, that's my only gripe so far. Now I believe that we get a little bookmark in here somewhere as well, perhaps, maybe, I don't know. So I have like a little booklet thingy here, I guess, because this is my first Book of the Month box. And then I have the book, which I'm really excited for. It has also arrived slightly damaged, sadly, just from where the box got a little battered, just at the bottom here. But it's not, it's superficial damage, so it's fine. But this is The Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Canas. I probably completely butchered the pronunciation. I'm really, really sorry. So this, I believe, is like a vampire western, which is why I really wanted to pick it up, because I love vampires, as you guys may or may not already know. I'm big into like western themes, fashion, country music, so I thought that could be really fun. And also I thought this could be a really good pick for going into the fall season, because obviously I feel like it's got a bit of a horror vibe to it. So underneath the dust jacket, it is black with this like orange spine. It's got the Book of the Month embossing on it there. And I'm gonna just read you guys the blurb because I honestly don't have a clue what this is actually about. I went off vibes because there was nothing like, so I said I was drawn to two books, and I was drawn to this one and The Life of Mama Love, whatever it was called. But there was nothing that I was like, oh my God, I simply have to have that one, like straight off the bat. So I didn't really, nothing really grabbed my attention in that respect. Nothing really stood out and remained like ingrained in my mind with regards to plots for any of the books. So let me read what this one is about. And again, apologies if I butcher any spellings. So, vampires and vaqueros, see, straight away, terrible, face off on the Texas-Mexico border in the supernatural western from the author of The Hacienda. I've heard of The Hacienda. Nice. Okay. As the daughter of a rancher in 1840s Mexico, Nina knows a thing or two about monsters. Her home has long been threatened by tensions with Anglo settlers from the north, but something more sinister lurks near the ranch at night, something that drains men of their blood and leaves them for dead, something that once attacked Nina 9 years ago. Believing Nina dead, Nestor has been on the run from his grief ever since, moving from ranch to ranch, working as a vaquero. Please, by the way, in the comments tell me if I'm pronouncing that right, because my Spanish right now it's non-existent. I live in Miami, there's no excuse, I need help. But no amount of drink can dispel the night terrors of sharp teeth. No woman can erase his childhood sweetheart from his mind. When the United States invades Mexico in 1846, hold up, I didn't actually know the US invaded Mexico. The two are brought abruptly together on the road to war. Nina as a curandera, a healer striving to prove her worth to her father so that he does not marry her off to a stranger, and Nestor as a member of the auxiliary cavalry of ranchers and vaqueros. But was my pronunciation better that time? I was trying to, anyway. But the shock of their reunion and Nina's rage at Nestor for seemingly abandoning her long ago is quickly overshadowed by the appearance of a nightmare made flesh, and unless Nina and Nestor work through their past and face the future together, neither will survive to see the dawn. So I guess this is kind of like a historical supernatural, which is quite exciting. I do love the cover. I think the cover is really cool. And I'm very, very excited to delve in and see what this book has to offer. So I'm currently reading The Nanny, which, as you guys may or may not know, is a very spicy little romance situation. But I think I'll be done with that probably tomorrow. So then I'm going to jump straight into this one, and you guys are going to get a full-on reading vlog. So the next time you see me, I will be reading this. I also have got the little bookmark, and this says, "My books think I'm cool." Because yes, they do. Nobody else does, but my books do. And that, my friends, is all that matters. So anyway, I am going to go and carry on my work day, and I will see you guys in a couple of days' time, maybe. Hello, friends. It is no, it's not September 1st, it's August 30th. It's August 30th, but the September Book of the Month picks are out. So let's choose. So we have a romance with a very fall-inspired cover. It's giving enemies to friends to lovers, according to the brief synopsis. It's called You Again by Kate Goldbeck, and it says, "Let your faith in love be renewed by a commitment phobe and hopeless romantic who go from enemies to friends to lovers." Then we have The River We Remember by William Kent Kruger, which is a historical fiction. And this one is, a town grapples with mysteries of man and nature in this moving portrait of a community reeling from its World War II wounds. Then we've got The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa M. Matlin, and this one is a thriller. And this says, misleading omens and untrustworthy figures abound in this chilling tale about a couple who move into a murder house. Then we have Evil Eye by Itaf Rum, which is contemporary fiction, and this says, brace yourself to feel all the feels in this meditative look at a Palestinian-American woman confronting her past. And then last, we have The Intern, which is a legal thriller by Michelle Campbell, and this one says, the tense struggle between a crooked judge and her intern will amp your pulse and have you looking over your shoulder. So I have been ruminating on these all day because I cannot decide. I actually ended up, I thought I had ice cream on my face, but there's something on my camera screen. I ended up looking at some of the synopses on Goodreads because I like the idea of the romance, because obviously I am like a romance girly and I feel like I should choose that one. The cover is giving fall as well. Look at this. See, look, fall leaves, and she's wearing, you know, wintry outfits and whatever, but this isn't giving like fall vibes so much from the cover, but the synopsis sounds great, and then this as well sounds really interesting. So when I looked at the synopses online, I feel like I really want to go for The Intern, but then I feel guilty not getting the romance. But like right now I feel like I'm in a romance mood like right this second, but actually really for the end of the year, if I'm going to be reading romance, I feel like I want to be reading fantasy romance or dark romance rather than like kind of contemporary cozy. When we get to like Christmas season, I like my little cozy rom-coms again, but right now I feel like I want something that's going to get my heart racing. So I think I'm going to go for The Intern, which is very exciting. I've just made it official. I've clicked it. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. It's also an advanced copy as well, which makes me, not like an ARC, but like early release. So that makes me feel quite special as well. So anyway, that is my book of the month September pick, and let's get back to the actual reading vlog portion of this video so you can see what I think of my August pick that I haven't actually started reading yet at this point. Okay friends, I am embarrassed, quite frankly, to admit this to you guys, but it has been a solid like 2 months, I think, since I filmed the introduction to this vlog. But I'm finally picking up The Vampires of El Notre. I started it today. I'm on chapter like 3, page 33, and I am enjoying it so far. I'm curious. It has me curious. It has me intrigued. I'm enjoying the writing. This is the first time I've read anything by Isabel Canas before, so I'm enjoying it. I don't have many thoughts right now because I'm so, you know, early on into the book, but I like the fact that the vampires so far are being portrayed as something really horrifying rather than, you know, kind of like glorified sexy vampires, so that's fun. But aside from that, no thoughts, just vibes. But I wanted to check in and show my face on this vlog because I haven't done, and I needed to. So yes, we're reading this week. I'm so excited. I've seen so many people that I follow on BookTube saying good things about this, which has made me really hyped to pick it up actually, after like not being in the mood for it for weeks. So yeah, I'm really excited. Also, please don't ask why my makeup looks so weird in this clip. I have the wrong shade of concealer, and I didn't realize this until I'd already like started applying it, so it was too late and I couldn't take it back. So now my makeup just looks weird, but we're just gonna roll with it, okay? It's fine. Anyway, more updates to follow soon. Good morning, friends. It is the next day. It is Wednesday. I had to really think about it then. I look a little bit crazy because I just kind of like scooped my bed hair into a ponytail, and I've just only just now realized like how insane I look, but whatever. It's fine. You're not here for the hair, you're here for the books. And I am pleased to say that I am over 100 pages into Vampires of El Norte. I realized I was saying that wrong. I was saying El Notre for some reason. It's not, it's El Norte. I'm 100 pages in, and you guys, I'm really enjoying this. I was nervous, honestly. I didn't know if I was gonna vibe with it, and for the first maybe like 20 or 30 pages, I was very like on the fence about just what I thought about like the writing and where the story was going and the world building and everything else. But I am very happy to report that at page 124, your gal is officially hooked. I am in the story. I am really, really enjoying it. And I never thought that a supernatural Western was what I needed in my life. And yeah, here we are. My favorite thing so far though is definitely the vampires, because they are so insidiously creepy. And I kind of love that. Like, it's really, really refreshing to be reading a vampire story where the vampires aren't like beautiful, dangerous, sexy creatures. They are actually like genuinely terrifying, like blood-sucking entities. And so for that, I'm really, really enjoying it. So I don't know when I'm going to finish it because I actually have to start reading for university today. So I need to actually read Othello this week. And I kind of feel like I might have to prioritize reading that for the rest of today, just to get my first read out of the way, and then I can go back in and read a little more closely over the coming days. But I do also really want to devote more time to this later, so we'll see how the day goes. But yeah, I am maybe like a third of the way in. I think there's like 360 pages, so not quite a third of the way in. And yeah, I love it. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm excited to see where the romance goes as well. Like right now, it's very much like a slow burn childhood sweethearts being reunited kind of vibe. And yeah, I'm excited to see how that develops too. But I'm kind of enjoying the fact that that isn't my main priority from this book. Like, it's nice to have like a little subplot, a little romantic subplot, but for me the priority is like learning more about these vampires and like the history behind them, and I'm really excited for that. So yeah, so far this is definitely gearing up to be, I think, maybe a 4 or a 4.5 star read. So let's see what we think at the end. Hey friends, I look a little worse for wear. I've been by the pool all day and I've just kind of like thrown my hair into a really messy bun. Well, I decided to film this little clip. I'm also really tired. I did not sleep well last night, but I have finished The Vampires of El Norte. I actually really enjoyed this, but I will say that like towards the end it did just kind of start to lose me a little bit, and I think a lot of that was just I wasn't in the reading mood, I think, for the last like half of this book, or I was, but I just didn't want to read this and I kind of forced my way through it. So I think that definitely kind of affected my reading experience, but overall I really liked it. I would give it probably somewhere between a 3.75 and a 4. I can't really decide on the stars. I have obviously rounded it up for Goodreads, so if you look at my Goodreads it's down as a 4 stars on there, but I did enjoy it. I think my main kind of bugbear with this book is that the vampires just didn't really feel particularly like explained. Like, they were just there as a plot point, but there was no kind of like real, to me anyway, real like backstory or explanation about them. It's like, where did they come from? Were they always there? Were they brought in? I don't want to like say too much and like give away some of the central plot points of the book, but were they like brought in as a weapon? Like, where did they come from? I just felt like there was a lot of questions that I still had regarding the vampires that didn't kind of feel explained. And then they also, like I said, they felt more like a plot point and just kind of like secondary to what was going on between the two main characters. And considering the book is literally called Vampires of El Norte, I feel like maybe they should have been more central. Now, that could just be me. I haven't seen anybody else make the same criticism, but that's just kind of how I felt when I was reading the book. So for that reason, I have obviously not given it a 5 stars, but I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the writing. For the first like half, even I'd say first 3/4, I was pretty captivated. It's only really been the last like 24-48 hours that I haven't been enjoying it as much, but I also haven't had the time to read as much. Like yesterday I had basically no reading time at all. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts and feelings on it. But for my first book of the month book, I'm really impressed. I really enjoyed the general book of the month service so far. I don't know, maybe I'll continue doing these vlogs and like vlog each of my book of the month picks so that you guys can get kind of my honest thoughts and feelings, and then we can kind of like assess in a few months time as to whether or not I feel like the service is worth the money. But currently I do. Currently I am impressed. So 3.75 to 4 stars for Vampires of El Norte and 5 stars so far to book of the month. So with that, my friends, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope you found it somewhat valuable. I am going to end the vlog here, but as always, if you are new to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to me. Don't forget to leave me a comment below as well. Tell me your thoughts on Vampires of El Norte if you've read it before, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Goodbye, friends.